Welcome back to another episode of Mannequin Shenanigans. I'm Steve Sokol, and this is Millicent the Mannequin. Today we're doing an episode called 10 of our favorite English sayings. While I was whittling down this list of my 10 favorite things in the English language, I realized I had to do a lot of research. A little bit of search engine work, a little bit of looking up definitions of some of the things that I had heard before but didn't always understand. But I also went above and beyond, and I talked to a handful of old people to hear about their take on the matter. I learned that lingo, like a lot of things, changes over time, and a lot of my favorite things I like to say regularly hasn't been popular since the 20s or the 40s. My question for you is have you ever heard a sentence from either your grandparents or someone older than you that says something that hasn't been popular in a while? Let me know in the comments. I like that stuff. Now, a lot of these sayings cross definitions of a lot of different figures of speech. Figure of speech is the umbrella term. Metaphor is basically where you use a non-literal example of words to help you understand it. Simile is pretty well known, like or as, using that to help understand something. Hyperbole is pretty much just an exaggeration. Fancy word for exaggeration. Personification is pretty well known too. That's where you give human-like qualities to a non-human object. And idiom is my personal favorite. Idioms are really fun because you only really know what they are if you speak the language. Like say if I said, we're caught between a rock and a hard place. We know what that means because we heard it before, but if you translate it to another language, they wouldn't know what the heck it means unless they had heard it before. So it's kind of interesting. Here's my list. Number 10. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. This implies that even the dumb people can do something right. Number 9. A left-handed honeymoon. We assume that most people are righties. Not everyone is, I understand that. But a left-handed honeymoon implies that you're on a budget. You didn't try too hard. Number 8. I won't play second fiddle to that. This implies that violinists and fiddle players are different in their instrumentation, but it merely is their genre that they're different. Normally, whoever's playing first violin in the orchestra is the best, and the second, it's not an insult, but they're just playing a different part that's usually a little bit different. Sometimes it's harmony, sometimes it's easier. But this is implying that playing second fiddle means that you are the last choice, or the least favorite of all the options. I won't play second fiddle to that. Number 7, a sight for sore eyes. Like if you ever see someone that's, not the best looking person in the world, you go, hey Millie, look at that sight for sore eyes. Number 6, so-and-so's wearing a pine overcoat. Like if Millie and I were saying, oh, how's so-and-so doing? Millie said, so-and-so's wearing a pine overcoat, means they're in the coffin dead. Number 5, never buy green bananas. This implies that if you buy green bananas, you might be dead before they're ripen enough to eat, so never buy green bananas. Number 4, I'm as tired as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking competition. That one's pretty self-explanatory. If you're a man with one leg in an ass-kicking competition, you're probably pretty exhausted. Number 3, I'm as fit as a butcher's dog. This one implies that the butcher's dog is getting all the scraps, so they're going to be nice and strong compared to the other dogs. Number 2, I told you a million times, don't exaggerate. This is one of my favorite lines from my granddad. I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone for getting this YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited for the future. We got a lot of big things planned. We're doing our 1,000 subscriber special, releasing it February 6th with the new nursing home polka music video. And my absolute number 1 favorite saying in the English language, you can't make an omelette without cracking a few eggs. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you want a great finished product, like a beautiful, delicious looking omelette, you gotta start at step 1, cracking a few eggs, and it isn't always pretty to get to that beautiful product. Figuratively, it means sometimes you gotta cut out the negative people in your life who don't want your final product. It's if they don't share your priorities or if they're actively trying to ruin your life or something, you gotta get rid of them. You gotta cut them out. That's how we get omelets. I want nothing but omelets in my life, and I'm doing everything I can. Hope you are too. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Mannequin Shenanigans, the only YouTube series where you get to learn life lessons and life hacks featuring Millicent, the extroverted mannequin. I hope you learned something about our very unique English language and had a little bit of fun while you did it. Millie and I are hoping to whip out a new episode every 2 weeks. It's the bi-weekly thing starting in February. We hope to see you in the next episode.
Watch Mannequin Shenanigans, it's never ever dull. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel.